There are a lot of people teaching worship leaders these days, but what most leaders don't have is a coach and a community to journey with them, not just to sharpen their skills, but to form their soul, not just to teach, but to transform, to disciple. At 10K Fam, we have spent the last 16 years doing just that, nurturing and equipping worship leaders who lead songs to become worship pastors who shepherd people. Because leading worship isn't just about music. It's about pastoring the people God has entrusted to us, helping them see and respond to God's goodness. Our students, they don't just grow in skill. They grow in depth, in character, biblical understanding, and pastoral presence. And they carry that formation into their local church, where it matters most. In 1 Corinthians 4:15, Paul writes, even if you had 10,000 teachers, you don't have many fathers. And that is the heart behind 10K Fam. Not to simply convey information, but to be and to generate disciple-making fathers and mothers who nurture and create spaces where transformation can actually happen. We do this through intentional coaching, robust content, and relational accountability, all in the context of our worship school. The worship school is our accredited, structured pathway of growth. It's designed to be completed in 3 6-month tracks, and it doesn't require any relocation. Each track begins with a 5-day intensive in Colorado Springs, and then it's followed by weekly online coaching in huddles. Track 1 focuses on character and spiritual formation. Track 2 hones in on competence, pastoral leadership, communication, and songwriting. And track 3 is all about commissioning, multiplying to build culture and disciple others. The weekly workload is designed with a full-time job and even a family in mind. And if travel isn't an option, we do offer a fully online version of the school as well. Here's why all of this matters, and why the language of worship leader versus worship pastor isn't just semantics. The songs that are sung each week put words into people's mouths. The prayers and the exhortations that are spoken from the platform shape the congregation's faith. It impacts what they believe about God, themselves, and the world around them. These are deeply pastoral tasks, and they carry a lot of responsibility. But most worship pastors haven't been formed the same way other pastors have. And so they end up exhausted, discouraged, competitive, or burned out. But there is another way. What if the mantle of ministry felt life-giving and generative? That kind of long-term fruitfulness requires deep formation in the way of Jesus. It requires slowing down, learning to pay attention, walking in community with others, and allowing ministry to flow from that place. We've seen it firsthand in our over 500 alumni in nearly 20 countries who are leading worship for more than 250,000 people every single weekend. And they're leading not just with excellence, but with authenticity, maturity, and presence. This is the call to become spiritual fathers and mothers, to live sacrificially for those entrusted to our care, to equip them to surpass our own achievements, and to build the kingdom the way it was always meant to grow, faithfully, humbly, and generously.